everybody, this is Patti. Welcome to the witching hour. Yeah, the hour of the day when the veil is thin and magic happens. And sometimes cats show up along the way. We have a beautiful guest for you today. One of my dearest friends, my business partner, a magical and spiritual girl, an amazing woman all around, Natalie Jones. Natalie, it is so great to have you back on the show. Welcome.
I'm so excited. Yes, this is my second time. How did I get so lucky? Thank you so much.
It's been a while, and you know, we have a lot of fun things going on with Paraflixx.
Yes.
And so for anybody who may not know about Paraflixx and what it is, they should. What is Paraflixx?
Well, we created Paraflixx Paranormal Plus, and it was born in 2020 and launched on the market 2021. It's available on all of the TVs and the favorite smart devices, Apple Store, Google Play Store, Apple TV, Roku TV, and Amazon Fire TV, and many other places. And it is a streaming service platform that we have built along with many other amazing original content creators and filmmakers, distributors. And so it has been just a beautiful journey. It's almost like it was written in the stars, and we were built for this kind of thing. So it's been really neat to see it flourish over the years, but it is dedicated to all paranormal, supernatural, universe and beyond spiritual content. And it's about, bringing something beautiful together for the greater good. And it is available worldwide. So that definitely coincides and works for our goals. Yeah.
It is. It's a beautiful app. It's as good as Netflix or anybody out there. And for those of you who are into the paranormal or spiritual or horror and spirituality and you've already seen everything on Discovery and Travel Channel and Sci-Fi, which most of us have. How many times can we watch that same Ghost Adventures?
Yeah.
We have new content. We have beautiful new content and beautiful new shows. You will see Natalie in many of them. You will see me in any of them. And we are getting some amazing films coming in. I'm very, very excited about. So, and some new content creators.
Yep.
So again, if you like this world and if you're watching The Witching Hour, you must at least a little bit like this world. Check out paraflixx.com. So tell us a little bit about, again, I think this was complete divine intervention, us even meeting. I think we met on a show. You were going to produce a Paracon, a show, and I don't know how you contacted me. We just hit it off like this.
Yes.
And then Paraflixx was born. I really don't even know how.
It's been that way ever since in my early 30s. I had my spiritual awakening and really came to the table and realized my purpose, my connection with spirit and what that looks like, in the 3D. And everything has snowballed since that moment, including along the way, just as you described, that's exactly what it was like. We just meshed right away. Paraflixx was born. It was like the universe said, God consciousness said, here you go.
Yep.
You're together and have at it. So it's just
now jump in. So we've been getting a bigger and bigger presence. We go to Paracons, we help sponsor Paracons, and the Paraflixx sign is everywhere. So, but tell us a little bit about your magical journey, your spiritual journey. You said you had a certain awakening. Just tell us a little bit about your story.
Thank you. Well, when I was 7, I had this really remarkable experience that I do go into in my book, which is currently now been around a few years. It's called Awaken the Higher Self, Bringing Darkness to Light. So if you're interested in learning about that experience, I would love for you to get a copy and read that. And I kind of something felt different. And I knew that there was something more, like something was different with that. But because of the type of experience that it was, for me as a child and, just being raised and going from day to day life and the things that were programmed here in the world, you go to school, you go to work, you do all of these things. And so once I had that awakening, it was like all of that just dissipated. And I saw things from a higher perspective. And I felt different. I knew that none of anything in my 3D, and I'm getting the goosebumps and chills while I'm saying this, I knew that the things around me in the 3D were not meant, and it was time. And so that was it. And, when we say time, in that linear sense. So from there, I started cultivating my spirituality even more. And I would consider myself a healing facilitator, mystic, mostly. I proceeded to get my attunement for third degree Reiki. And then shortly after that, I started writing and creating my book, Awaken the Higher Self, Bringing Darkness to Light. And our paths crossed. So it's really moved forward from there for me. I love to really cultivate higher learning and teaching for others, as a part of that healing from within, just really, giving and everything that I can to bring knowledge and wisdom, not only to help others, but for the collective, and understanding what that looks like. Because so many times we go through life, or we go through our day, and we're thinking about what happened in the past. We're thinking about what happened, worrying, or thinking about what may come in the future, instead of just being in that present moment awareness and allowing the heart to expand. Because every time we're in those states of fear, our autonomic nervous system is on. We're in survival mode. We're in fight or flight. Then we're creating more of the things that we don't want. And so I've just worked on this over and over and over with myself. And it's been a journey. It's still a journey. Every day is a new opportunity to continue to grow and learn. But understanding that there's many different tools and techniques, and a state of being, and an honoring, and a self-love, and love for others in that really allows us to keep that expansion and awareness. And not only give that and permeate that energy out into the world, but allow that then to come back to us in different ways. So I had no idea when I truly started this awakening journey just how rough it was going to be.
Yeah. Nobody said it was easy. But it's true. We often at these events will both speak. We have different techniques and different paths and but they complement each other so beautifully. You're magical where you come from, your space. I mean, you're not a witch, but you're certainly a magical girl. You're a healer. You're all these things. So what are some things, again, we know the world is crazy right now. We know what you do, what I do is needed right now more than ever. What are some techniques? I know your book is beautiful, by the way. You guys all should get it. What are some techniques, like a day-to-day thing that you would say, like if somebody's new to this and they're just like, well, my life isn't what it could be right now, or what I want it to be, or I'm not happy at all. Do you have any certain little tips or hints, or even little rituals or ways of being that you could switch to just start that path?
Yes, and I agree with you 100%. I love your witchiness, and I'm more of a mystic, but it's really neat to see, before we even knew about our books, they're very much similar, but in the sense that they have different techniques, and that's what this world is about. And it's not necessarily about belief systems. It's really all energy. It's spirituality. It's spiritual, and honoring higher frequencies of love in that. So I love how, not even realizing and knowing, when we came together, it really created such a beautiful balance.
Yeah.
And I just have so much love and respect for that. So, some of the things that I would recommend, or that I do myself on a day-to-day, the key is right when you first wake up, your mind, your brain waves are in a very slow state. So you're in your most expanded and your most highest state of the ability to really create. So the moment that you wake up, our mind slowly already starts to think about the things. So be really aware of what you're thinking about when you first wake up, because you're not only creating for your world in the 3D, but even more also for that day, and setting the tone for that day. So you wake up, and be gentle on yourself. This takes practice. And if you wake up and the first thing you're thinking about is what happened yesterday, or someone might have done something, or you're upset at whatever that may be, or you're worrying about what might be happening. And again, I've worked on, it's something that we all just, it's a continuous process of improvement and giving ourselves grace in that. So you just gently bring your awareness back to the present moment and you breathe, because every time we breathe, we're expanding our Rama, we're breathing in light, and those things that are around us that want to egg on maybe some of those lower vibrational energies, it helps to kind of keep that at bay or dispel that, and really allow your higher self, your inner self, which is only a portion of our higher self package, to really be able to take the front seat, and you're leading through spirit and not allowing any, the ego to take over in that. So that really sets the tone to be able to create and feel good for the day. Then I would recommend not really looking at your phone or doing too much. Like, give yourself a minute. We all know I do love coffee. Well, if you didn't know, now you know.
She loves coffee.
Patti does.
Cup in hand. Oh,
yes.
Cup in hand.
So just do a little bit of meditation and slowly wake yourself up and think of your intention for the day. Think of the things that you love, all of the gratitude, say your prayers, whatever it is that makes you feel good or goes in line with what your beliefs are and where you are at on your journey. It's all beautiful and perfect. So, then take it from me, work is really great. So, go ahead, dive into your work. I love to throw in a few yoga classes a week. Patti, I know you have your program your workout program.
My sanity is working out outdoors and doing it in nature. Yours is the yoga, and yoga
Yes.
is a beautiful practice. Just
Yes.
find the one that works for you, for both your health of your physical body, but your mind, your soul, your spirit.
Yes, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Everyone needs something that gets you moving, that gets the energy moving, that makes you feel good, even if it's just a walk in nature. Yeah. So again, then throughout your day, just keep yourself aware of what you're thinking. The more positive things that we're really bringing forth and honoring, then as time goes by, it gets easier and easier to stay in that spot. Now, again, don't be too hard on yourself, because there's some real things that we all deal with. What I have found is that there's always a higher perspective, a higher learning in some of the things that we go through, these experiences that we're experiencing, with our physical senses in the 3D. So sometimes it can feel scary, but if you can find a way to have gratitude and feel grateful for some of these trials and tribulations, and then really ask at a very deep level, why am I going through this? What is it that I am to learn from this so that I don't have to go through the same cycle again? Maybe it's a karmic cycle, or maybe it's something that you're creating subconsciously that you're not even aware that you are creating. And the key is to always honor yourself with love. Do what it is that makes you feel good. Don't feel like you have to do something if it's causing you more stress. If there's, people around you that you've realized over time, every time you turn around, there, something in your path that, brings you out of alignment, you can gently distance yourself. There are things that you can do to honor and protect yourself and your energy, and to, really understand that it's okay, and that there's a purpose in that learning again. So that's a really big one, and that's something I will be going into greater detail in my book, The Little Secret Book of Life, which is on its way. Hopefully December. There's a bit going on, so with that said, time blocking is a really great thing, because it's the most important thing is to truly stay balanced. As you know, Patti, if you're balanced, or your mind, body, spirit, everything that's connected, they're all connected, all of those bodies. So when one's out of balance, it can bring imbalance to some of the other bodies. So for example, you're spiritually, you feel out of alignment, or you're having mental health, or just difficulty wanting to get motivated, or you feel depressed, or some of these things that we go through, it can cause over a long period of time, because it's a form of deterioration in the body as well. So it can cause slowly over time. Maybe it could cause something physical with that. So we have to be really, really careful about how we treat our bodies, almost as a temple, and everything emanates from within out. So if something isn't right in your 3D, there's a little inner work or some subconscious mind reprogramming that needs to be done. And just really quick to top that off, another one, I know, Patti, you and I have talked about this before. Dr. Joe Dispenza really promotes this, in that before you go to sleep, you can revise your day, because our reticular activators, this RAS, subconscious mind, cannot determine what is real and what is being created in the mind or not real. So if we, right as we're falling asleep, our brain waves start to slow down again. See how that works? We're slowing down again. And so we can lay there and you can go through your day, and anything that happened that may not have been exactly what you would have thought the best thing or something difficult, you can go through and revise that into something else, and then go to sleep. Because once we go to sleep, then our short term converts into our long term, and that is a part of the subconscious programming that will create something in a later timeline. So it's very, very important to start really truly being aware of all of those things and just slowly working on it. And the biggest thing is to really truly be gentle on yourself, give yourself grace and self-love first, because we can't pour from an empty cup.
You're right. And we do create our own reality. So what we're both about is awareness, number one.
Yes.
And then to create an empower. We take our life back. The day went like this and you create it. That's what manifestation is. We're both good manifestors. That's what creation is. So I agree 100% with all that. What we see, what we put in our head is what we get. It is. Yeah. And that spirit. And this is science. This is spirituality. Yes. This is psychology. This is science. They're coming together, crashing together, which is beautiful, because whatever terminology you use, this is the magic of creating the life you want. Now, you used the term a couple times, and just kind of explain it for 3D. What is, okay, people hear 3D, third dimension. So give us a little explanation of what does that mean?
The world around us, the things we can touch, feel, see. Sometimes fear has a really great way of creeping in and creating those illusions. So, for example, fear really is an illusion. Usually, I know there's this saying, it's about 10% of what happens and 99% or 90% the way we react. I actually feel like it's 1% of what happens and 99% the way we respond.
I agree.
So, if you think about it like that, and fear being an illusion, a lot of times it's because, again, it's like you go into fight or flight and you're worried about something and you're creating more of what has not actually happened. It's not the outcome. So you have to really sit back, recenter, and really start breathing, and take, again, like you said, take your power back, go within, go with spirit, because your higher self, the universe, God consciousness, they're here to support us. The angels, all of these, beings and energies, and just who we are as an essence is meant to. We all have a 100% survival rate, right? Otherwise, we wouldn't be sitting here watching this. So again, that's really understanding that 3D world around us, and you're looking around, put on a higher perspective lens, and that higher perspective lens will continue to come naturally over time, so that you can see it more from a non-3D lens.
Yeah. Thank you. Beautiful. Yeah, and I agree with you. And about fear, since we create the reality, I think it's a little percent what happens, but how we react to what happens is the everything. What helped for me, just about fear, because again, fear we create so much. Fear can freeze you in your tracks. Fear can make you not make that phone call, not live the life you want to live, not live a good life. Or fear is $1 million industry that we have a streaming network in. Fear can also excite, like, I'm going to ride that roller coaster. I'm going to watch that spooky ghost show. I'm going to watch that horror film. So why not the same thing? Like, oh, I really don't want to have that conversation. Like, I'm so scared and I'm going to do it. Like, I'm going to watch that spooky thing. As soon as you take the fear that could freeze you into what invigorates and inspires and challenges you, it changes everything. The second I did that is when I turned everything around, from my health to my success to my everything. It's like, this
Yeah.
is scary and I love scary. I'm going to turn on Paraflixx now. But my other thing is, I'm going to make a phone call and tell somebody what
Right.
I need or what I want or what I believe. It
Yeah.
works.
Yeah. Yeah. You have overcome and conquered so much and are truly an inspiration.
As
And
have you, as
thank
have
you.
you. It's
With all of
amazing.
these things, it works. It
Yeah.
works. This is what we're here to do. It's our spiritual well-being, and we're here to learn. We're not here to necessarily just go to a nine to five. There's nothing wrong with that. What it is that it's about leading through spirit first and assessing your outside around that, and to reflect what your desires are that come from the heart, because what those desires are that come from the heart are a big signifier and indication of what your purpose is here.
Yeah. And now if somebody goes, what do you mean? What's my purpose? I don't know. I mean, I go to work, I do or don't have a family, I do or don't. So how is this one going? What is my purpose? So you just gave a good clue about your indication of, so if somebody's going, wow, I want to know what my purpose is, what are some techniques or thoughts or ideas that you have that people could, because that's really important, because people hear
It,
that and they don't know what that
it,
means.
for me, it is something that once in that elevated heart center and strong connection to spirit, it is that insatiable drive or feeling towards something that I know I'm supposed to be doing. So only you would know. And maybe if you don't know, that's okay. Maybe what that is doing some of these things that we've been talking about in meditation and anything that allows your heart center to open and expand and elevate and align into that. Then you will start getting that, and over time it would definitely come to you. So, and without any one of us, the universe wouldn't be complete. And those of us that chose to come here, on Earth in this 3D, we're pretty tough. We're strong.
Strong
So
leg pull.
if you're here, you got this. We've
Yeah.
got. Yeah.
I think that is beautiful. And yes, I agree. So if you don't know what your purpose, this, and go by, again, this is all about, again, everything is awareness. It's
Yeah.
like knowing how you feel, looking at what is your virtue, how you feel about something. We do all have a sense of right and wrong, and I should go this way and not morality, moral code, not necessarily morality, who does what with
Yeah.
who, but virtue, ethics, moral code, this sense of, we've forgotten about that. And when we step into, that's going to lead you to what, wow, it makes me feel good when I do cat rescue, or wow, it makes me feel good, I want to follow a Buddhist path or a pagan path or a Christian path. I want to, and you have to know what it is. But so often people don't even pay attention to what their knowledge, their thoughts
Yeah.
are. So it's about awareness.
Absolutely. And intuition.
Yep.
We're all here to, it's our birthright to be full of peace and have joy and have abundance. And again, it goes back to these things around us that give us the illusion that we're stuck in something, or we're not meant to have that, or it's only for. So those are all things that are not so. And I think that, having that understanding, that in itself, and recognizing that is the first step into truly getting there as well. Honestly, everything really is love and energy. Our spirits are made of highly refined matter of intelligent and unconditional love. And so having compassion for ourselves, especially others, whether they're in your life or not, again, healthy boundaries are really good, but having, again, that higher perspective, that higher lens to say, you know what, this person is going through an experience, or this is happening because they're learning. There's something that they're supposed to learn from this. So I'm going to send love from a distance and give them compassion instead of closing the heart center and having hate towards it, because then you're just not doing justice for yourself. If you stay open like that, then you're allowing the universe even more energy to come in and help heal. That person will say, oh, I didn't realize that was possible. Someone is, giving me compassion and unconditional love and all of these things that we should be giving each other more of, instead of the opposite of that. And it really allows people to come to the table quicker, help themselves quicker. And it's a beautiful thing. So I always, when it comes down to it energetically and really ascending and really allowing the world together to come together and awaken, will take more of that energy. So I think that's
love.
the foundation of spirit.
I love that. So before we go, do you show us your book or anything, and tell us a little bit about your book?
Here's the book.
What is it?
Higher Self, Bringing Darkness to Light.
It's a big book. It's a beautiful, big book. So what are some of your chapters?
Well, a part of the reason too why it's big is that when I had it published, because there's a lot of information that make the wheels turn. And so the bigger font allows it to be more of an easy read. And so when you open it, then you have some chapters. Chapter 1, opposition, attraction, creation, nature, free agency. So some of the universal laws. Chapter 2 is a point of light. Chapter 3 is darkness. Chapter 4 is the highest frequency. And then that's all part 1. It's broken up into 4 different parts. So part 2 goes into unseen forces. Part 3 goes into peeling back layer by layer. And I do go into some basic chakra work, going back to the Reiki and everything, and the light energy and the healing. And then part 4 is knowledge converted to wisdom. So I think that the universe said, well, we're going to need you to go through a lot more experiences and growth before the second book, because every time I went to go do more on it, it didn't feel like it was what I was supposed to be doing, or it was. So again, intuition and awareness, just pay attention to that. But I'm really excited to be able to. I didn't want it to be a book about some of the things that are already out there necessarily. There's so much of that. I really want it to be something, a golden nugget from within that is like an aha for me that I can share with others through my passion of writing.
Yeah, and it is. I highly recommend it, and it is. So before we go, tell everybody, number 1, where they can find you, where they can get your book, your social media, website, and then we'll talk about and Paraflixx as well within that.
Yes, thank you. So you can order and purchase the book at awakenthehigherself.com and Amazon. Of course, on awakenthehigherself.com, there is some more information about myself and the book and a big synopsis of that. Then my personal website is Natalie Ann Jones, and Ann is with an E, jones.com. Of course, Paraflixx.com, 2 X's, Paraflixx.com. Go on there, subscribe with code WitchingHour25. That will give you 25% off your annual subscription. And then from there, once you've created your account, download all the apps, stream on the go, stream everywhere, all the time, anytime. And there is about 90% of the content on there is exclusive. So we really hope you enjoy it. There is a free 3-day trial. And if you want to check it out and download the app first, you can go, and everything on the paranormal channel, which is in app on Paraflixx Paranormal Plus, is free. So, and I'm on all social media platforms, Real Natalie Jones and Official Natalie Jones on Facebook. I believe Real Natalie Jones is on Instagram. And of course, Paraflixx and Paranormal Plus and the Paranormal channel are on all social platforms as well.
Thank you. So yes, please like her, follow her, get her book, and join Paraflixx. We just gave you 25% off. This is our company. We started it
Yeah.
together. We do have a boy partner, but it's pretty much us. But really, Natalie is the heart and soul. She runs the company for us. She is our heart and soul and brains of the company. And I'm so proud of everything you have done and what you have created for us and the people out there who like this magical world of ours. So thank you very much, you guys. 25% off the witching hour, 25.
Yeah.
It's very affordable. It's not like Netflix has gotten way up there. All these other ones have gotten up there. We're crazy affordable.
And we're crazy about it. And truly, it is absolutely 100%. Destiny written in the stars.
Yeah.
It's in our DNA. We were built for this, and it's a really beautiful thing. And I appreciate you so much, Patti, and everything that you have done and continue to do. I am the luckiest woman in the world to have a partner and a friend as you. You're amazing. And yes, everybody, it would be amazing for you to check out Paraflixx. And we have some amazing events coming up too together.
Tell us what we have coming up.
Okay. The first weekend of October, we're going to be in Fairhaven, Massachusetts at Mass Paracon. Yay!
Yes, with Sam Baltrusis and all sorts of fun folks.
Yeah, some Paraflixx family too. So I'm so excited to see you again. It feels like it's been decades.
Yeah.
Yes. And then after that, we have October 19th, we have our Ghost Hunter Girls Haunted Hill House event in Mineral Wells, Texas, which is just outside of DFW.
Yes.
So we're super excited about it.
Fabulous. Come experience ghosts with us.
Yes, we did that our first annual at Haunted Hill House last year, and it was very, there's a lot of different stuff going on, a lot of different paranormal activity that you would, or unexplained things. It was pretty intense, I think.
It was great. So we're doing it again, and if you join us if you can. So that in Texas, and then we have
yes, and then after that, you and I in December 7th, that weekend we are headed out to the haunted Old Park Hotel for our second year of Ghosts of Christmas Past 2. Yes,
Old Park Hotel. Another fabulous, haunted, amazing step back into history. And it was so great. And then we have one more for the holidays.
Well, we're going to wrap it off to just about 1 to 2 weeks before my 40th birthday, which is December 25th. We are going on December 13th through 15th. We're headed to
Macaulay Culkin, Hill, the Hotel Leger, Hill. Central California, very old mining towns. It's beautiful, like northern Central California. I can't say it, but it's a fabulous place.
I cannot wait to experience this. And it's called The Spirit of Christmas. Ghost Brothers will be there, Ghost Sisters, Patti Negri, myself, and then there's keep a lookout because there's some pretty cool celebrity special guests
that you will recognize. So it'll be really fun. Yeah. All of that you can get. We both post a lot of it on my website, pattinegri.com. I list these things. All of these things are listed with links how to get there, or you can contact either one of us if you need more information.
Amazing.
So, anyway, I can't thank you enough, beautiful Natalie. And I love that I get to see you so often. You guys like her, follow her, get her book, because she's magic. So thank you for bringing your magic to the witching hour. Any last words you want to tell everybody?
I love everyone. I love you. And thank you for all of the love and support out there. It means a lot. And namaste.
Namaste. Magic is everywhere. And it's certainly in a little part of Texas.
Aw. And in Southern California.